want to take a moment and talk you through an important piece of safety gear for your Canon downriggers, and that is the Canon Retro Ease weight retrieval system. You know, these retrieval systems are really important to your safety. And what I mean by that is this retrieval system allows you to retrieve heavy downrigger balls to the side of the boat, eliminating the need for you to have to bend over the side of the boat and reach way out there. So today I'm going to show you how to install the Canon Retro Ease weight retriever, and then I'm going to get you out on the water and show you how I use it and what a couple of options to use it are. So let's break into this thing, get all of our parts and pieces out and get them laid out. You don't need very many tools to do this. So you need either a Phillips screwdriver, okay, or I like to use a low torque drill driver, okay. So this provides very little torque and this will do the job just fine. You also need a lighter and a pair of scissors or a knife, and I'll get to that in a second. So let's get this whole thing put together. So after I open up the package, I see in here I have a pull handle, I have a clamshell, and this is actually going to mount directly onto our downrigger in some pre-drilled holes that are already there from the manufacturer. And then we've got the pulley system right here, and it doesn't have any screws in it. In the package comes the 4 screws to put this together and the 2 mounting screws for the clamshell. So the first thing I want to point out is the inside here. We've got our pulley and we have a knot, okay? That knot sits in that groove. Now we need to get our wire in here, and it's very important to note that when you put your downrigger cable in, put your downrigger cable in on the knot side of this pulley, because you're pulling towards you. You want that pulley to pull against the wire. So once we have that on there, we put the top piece on, everything snaps together. We'll take two of our small screws, they go on one side. And we'll flip that over and put the other 2 small screws on the other side. We now have the pulley attached to the downrigger cable. Now it's time to install the cleat onto the downrigger in the pre-drilled holes. Now I do want to point out that if you haven't assembled your downrigger yet, you could put the screws in the pulley right out of the package and then feed the wire between the cord and the pulley before you put your terminal tackle on. But we already have our downrigger put together, so we're showing you this installation today. It's also important to note that if you have a downrigger break, lose a ball, anything like that, you have to tie your terminal tackle on the water. Make sure that you feed this through properly, and again, between the pulley and the pull cord, okay? And then you'll see it all come together here in just a few minutes. So let's get our clamshell installed onto the downrigger. As you guys can see, we've got 2 holes. These were put in at the manufacturer. Our clamshell with the cleats facing inboard is going to be installed right here. Not going to tighten that down yet. I want to get the other one lined up. Go ahead and tighten them down, and that's on there. Okay guys, we have the whole system installed here. So we've got our clamshell attached to the downrigger. Our retriever cord goes out to the terminal end above the terminal tackle on the downrigger wire. Okay, now I just told you needed a lighter, and here's why you need a lighter. So let's get this in the water. Okay. With your downrigger ball in the water, you're going to have some excess line back here at the end, okay? This can get caught up on stuff. So we need to trim this off. What I like from straight up and down, I like to account for a little bit of drop in case I've got current pushing the downrigger wire away from me. Now lock that into the jam cleat. And then what I want to do is I want to shorten this up. So I've only got about 12 inches from the jam cleat to the pull cord, okay? So this is really simple to do. Inside the pull cord knob, there is a knot. Just use a pair of needle nose to get that knot pulled out, okay? So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna say, okay, there's 12 inches. We're gonna tie a new knot into our line. An overhand knot will do just fine. Pull tight on that. Now we need to cut this. And cut that. Leave a little extra. Puff it out with your fingers. Now we're going to use our lighter to melt the end of that. Now that's not coming loose. Now we'll pull it back into the pull. And that's set. Now our length is adjusted and we don't have excess flopping down here that we could get caught up on. So as you can see, installation of the Retro Ease is very simple. Just a few tools needed and you can have this thing installed in just minutes. So let's get out on the water. I'd like to show you a couple ways you can use this to your advantage and stay safe in your boat, and more importantly, stay in your boat. Let's go. Okay guys, we're on the water and I just want to show you how the Retro Ease weight retrieval system works out on the water, okay? So the first thing I do is I get my Downrigger clip, put that in the water, okay? So I will pull my line out of the clamshell so that if I'm ready to put my downrigger ball in the water, I can. So I get my downrigger ball in the water, I go to water 0, and then I just make sure I've got enough slack that it's not dropping all the way to the bottom of the terminal gear. I like to just keep it just a little snug, but not too much so that it's pulling on the downrigger cable. Now here's the great thing. I need to clip my rod into the downrigger clip. There's a couple ways you can do that. You can pull in the clamshell, bring your downrigger closer to you. So now that brings it closer to me and I can get my downrigger clip and get clipped in. What I like to do is something a little different because I like to be quick and get my gear in the water. So I'll have my rod ready to go and clip in. I'll just reach down, I'll pull hand over hand. One more time, I grab my downrigger clip, I let my downrigger ball back into the water. Now I'm able to clip my end of my fishing line and get it down to the depth that I want to fish. At the end of the day, it makes it really easy to retrieve your downrigger ball. Everything is stowed and I'm ready to either head home or move to a different spot to fish. The Canon Downrigger Retro Ease weight retrieval system is a must-have if you're running Canon downriggers. It's going to ensure that your time on the water is safe. It's going to ensure that you're being efficient and getting your gear back in the water as quickly as you can without you falling overboard. For more information, visit CanonDownriggers.com. Thanks for watching.